couple of questions in English. When I left the office this morning, your stock was down 1.5%. I had the usual call around with analysts, ING, Deutsche Bank. There seemed to be some concern about the fact that you've only reduced net debt by 229 million euros. There seems to be also concern about your dividend payout. It seems that you are underpaying according to the sector. And that, what would you reply to that?
Okay, for the first question, I think that I'm a little bit surprised because I have watched, which I don't do usually, the consensus with the debt. It's exactly at 43.7. So the consensus. So I'm surprised that we still have analysts being concerned when the consensus is 100% on the target. So that's why I don't understand the first question. But anyway, for the second one, and again, we have reduced exactly what we said, 28 billion euros over the past 2 years, including, maybe this is why there is, for the one who don't follow us, maybe they did not realize that we have done something a little bit, quote unquote, extraordinary in 2004, which was the fact that we pay back the CVG equant and we pay back the put call chic for over 4 billion euros, which was a debt. So this is probably why, and you know that we had to reintegrate this. This was, I think, clear on my slide. For the second point on the dividend, my CFO said that we were expecting to have a material increase, I think this is what you said, yes, of the dividend in 2004, paid in 2005. The board believes that almost double the dividend paid regarding last year is definitely a material increase. So here again, I don't know what is the consensus. For dividend, it's a little bit strange to have a consensus, but I think we again took in consideration two major points. The first one is to continue to say that we are still in the process of deleveraging France Telecom. We still are in our plan Ambition 2005, which was focused primarily on the deleveraging of the debt. And this is mainly our concern. We continue. We are exactly on target, but we continue to do this. The second point, that we are willing to increase the dividend paid to our shareholders, because we believe that it's fair, and we believe that they deserve it, and we believe that we can do it. And this is why we proposed 48 cents, and we wanted to send this signal strongly to our shareholders for this year, but also for the year to come.
People are actually disputing that you were very different from consensus. I think that the general concern is that you're not paying out as much as Deutsche Telekom, you're not paying out as much as the rest of the sector.
As said, you have seen that in my presentation, we have said that we were willing to converge to the benchmark.
I have a question regarding the 3-year debt reduction strategy. What can we expect the group to do once this is completed and now that you've doubled your dividend? I mean, what really is the strategy after the completion of this 3-year debt reduction strategy?
First of all, as our chairman said, I mean, for 05, that's very clear. We have to come back to this ratio, net debt to EBITDA below 2. So, which means that the vast majority of the cash which will be generated during 05 will be allocated to reduce the debt. And so that's the commitment that will match at the end of the year. Then for the years to come, it was in the slide which were presented also by Thierry Breton. Obviously, the deleveraging remains among our priorities. And so we have said that we wanted to remain in a ratio net debt to EBITDA in between 1.5 and 2 for 06 and 07.
One question with the domestic recovery. What has really driven the domestic recovery? It looks like you've had declines in Q1, Q2 and Q3, but there's been revenue growth in Q4. Does it look as if there's more robustness in the consumer business?
Well, I mentioned this in my presentation, and then this last question.
I've got one more to follow up.
Really, we had a tremendous success with our marketing offer to change our position regarding our customers. Tremendous success in the unlimited offers, which was more than we expected. And this helped us a lot to turn around and to the situation in the business.
We have two main drivers: the number of lines, which has been stabilized within 04 in France, which is very good news, and which has even slightly increased in the last quarter of the year.
First one.
And second, sorry?
For the first time.
For the first time. And second, the additional offers which were developed in order to boost the traffic and so to boost the RPU for our customers.
Maybe your last question, because you have...
No, I've been told by Nilou that I can't ask you any questions on Page Jaune, so I won't. I've got something regarding Equant, though. I mean, there are a lot of people that are concerned that you're buying out this business, which is in a deflationary pricing sort of mode with fierce competition. Why are you buying that out?
Equant? Well, we explained that already many times. I think that we had three options, in fact, with Equant. Either we could have sold the business, either we could have leave it as a standalone business. Sell the business, it was impossible, and the board didn't want to sell it because it is strategic for us, for skills, technology, and also market situations. So we did not want to go to this option. The second one was to leave it as a standalone business, but unfortunately, we have, as you know, we have changed the management of Equant. Charles Doyle is now in control. He confirmed that it was very difficult to come back on a positive free cash flow situation before 2 to 3 years. And we mentioned very clearly in this very room a little more than 2 years ago that all businesses which won't be free cash flow positive, we will have to do something with it. So after the confirmation of the new management, we decided to integrate Equant. Thank you.